Good morning, everyone. Scott Schaefer, Theory of Nothing here. It's been a while since I've done a video, just because I've been busy, personal life, and then just kind of chilling out, as it were, and trying to take in everything going on around me in the world. A lot of constant changing. And it's not just since CERN turned on a particle collider back on. This stuff's been happening beforehand too, with items disappearing in our personal life, at the house a lot more often than not. And not misplacing, like just items gone, vanished. Or vanished and reappearing. Like you open an item to get something out of the refrigerator, can't find a thing of mustard. You look around, you can't find it. You go through the whole fridge, can't find it. You go through the pantry, can't find an extra one. And then about a half an hour later, wife goes into the fridge and opens up the refrigerator door, and the second she opens it up, there's the mustard bottle, like right on the very top shelf, right in front of your face. Things like that kind of make me wonder if it was always there and something's going on with us individually, mentally, that is causing a block to where we don't see it because it's an item that we desire. Or if we're jumping a reality, or if our reality is shifting. I mean, it could be any number of those things. Though I have had it as such where I've missed an item, asked my wife to go look for it, and she couldn't find it either. And then, like I said, about a half an hour or so later, either her or myself would look, and all of a sudden the item is like right there, right in the front shelf. So I tend to lean on the side of either our reality is being manipulated, or we're jumping into an alternate reality. And it could be either, just because we don't know. Neither one seems a viable option. I know certain guys, like Brian Staveley, just feels that it's our reality being manipulated. And there's other people like Photo Helix that believes it could be either as well, just because we don't know. So try to keep an open mind about it as much as I can. One of the things that's been coming up quite a bit for probably a year now. That's been an issue that my wife has been bringing up to me, and I didn't really ever. I experienced it one time when we were down in Bisbee for the weekend, but up in our house, I never really experienced this. Smoke detectors going off. Now, a lot of reasons can cause that. Someone's cooking some food, cooking a popcorn, and you get the popcorn gets burnt, food burns, fireplace, someone's smoking if they're smoking in your house. A lot of different things that could cause a smoke detector to go off. However, in all my 45 years of living in this world, we'll say 44 now, because this all just started happening within this year, never, ever, ever, ever before in my life had I experienced shower steam, vapor steam, causing a smoke detector to go off. Now, again, this happened to us while we were down in Bisbee. In the shower, it was in the wintertime here in Arizona, so it was 40 degrees outside, so room was a little bit cooler. Taking a warm shower, and the bathroom was steamy, and it barely went into the bedroom because the door was open, and it set off the damn smoke detector. We didn't know what the hell was going on. We thought maybe someone in another room was smoking, because a lot of times they'll link smoke detectors together, right? So if one goes off, it sets off a chain to warn everyone. So after I reset it, I just assumed, because everyone in the whole apartment complex had the issue. And it was out of our mind. Well, then maybe a month later, my wife said that she was taking a shower in the house, and it happened. And I kind of blew it off. We assumed it was batteries and something like that, because I never related the two of them together, because our smoke detector in our bedroom is where our bed is. And our shower is in the bathroom, which is probably, 15 feet away and around a corner. So you have to actually go into our bathroom. And the bathroom has a drop-down ceiling, right? So it's got the corridor entrance that goes into the bathroom, not a separate doorway blocking the bathroom. It's an open floor plan. But the header on the bathroom is recessed down. So, and of course the shower, we got a glass shower door that's up against the wall on the corner next to the toilet, which is separated by its own little room. So the steam from the shower would have to go up, build up in the bathroom, then sink below the stem wall and back up to the smoke detector. So it wasn't even a thought for me. But apparently, within this last year, it's happened a bunch of times. And apparently now that it's cooler in our house, it's in wintertime again, and we don't usually run the heater, it's happening all the time. Now, it's never happened to me when I'm in the shower. But our son, who takes like a half an hour long shower and wastes a lot of water, and then my wife, who probably takes a long shower too, smoke detector goes off all the time, apparently. She brought up the point again last night when I was taking a shower, because she was worried that I was going to set it off, and I'm like, well, it's never gone off while I've been in here, and it's not even possible. Smoke detectors don't have, they're specially designed to not be set off by vapor steam. That is only carcinogenic smoke that sets them off. And she's like, well, I don't know, but it keeps going off, so it's an issue. Anyways, it didn't go off, but it got me thinking. Just because I know in my heart of hearts that the way smoke detectors work, they're only triggered by smoke and intentionally designed not to be triggered by steam, because otherwise when you're cooking in your kitchen, you're making spaghetti, that would set off your damn smoke detector. When you're cooking in your kitchen and you just make off popcorn and you open up the lid on the popcorn and the steam comes up, it would set off your smoke detector, right? You're using a Vicks vapor machine because you can't breathe in your bedroom in the wintertime, the vapor could set off the smoke detector. So they're designed specifically for those items to not cause that issue. Boiling a kettle on the pot for tea or coffee. I mean, a lot of things, right? So I thought, she's just, I thought maybe she was just imagining the whole thing happening, but I Googled it this morning and asked the question. Real simple, I just said, why does my shower trigger, and then it auto-filled my smoke detector? So I looked it up and of course read the explanations that smoke detectors can be triggered by not only smoke, but oftentimes by vapor steam. So yeah, it's kind of a weird one for me. Do me a favor, let me know in the comment section below if this is a Mandela effect for you, or if you've always known both smoke and vapor steam to be able to set off smoke detectors, and or if you've experienced that in your own dwelling, and if you've been wondering why, like probably about within the last year, that all of a sudden it seems like when people take a shower or dishwasher or any number of things are anywhere within range of a smoke detector, all of a sudden your stupid smoke detector's going off and you just couldn't figure out what the hell's going on with it. I'd be curious to know both sides on this one, only because it's a, you know, when things happen that are associated with the Mandela effect, there's often times when it could or could not be, right? And it may or may not be for everybody. And that's where I think this confusion trigger is occurring within this last, you know, maybe a couple of years. And I'll explain here in a second. But a true Mandela effect or quantum effect or timeline alteration, whatever it is that's happening, when it is importantly relevant to you as an individual, you get deeply triggered by it. You know, I've heard people talking about Mandela effects. You know, you see tons and tons of videos, and some resonate and some don't resonate. Well, when they don't resonate, it doesn't mean that they're not a Mandela effect. It just is not a Mandela effect that resonates with you, and it could be an extremely common change. You know, I think that's where we're getting this altered state of existence that we keep talking about, where reality is changing for Bob over here, but not for Tina over there, right? Or Bob and Tina share reality, but Scott doesn't. Or Bob, Tina, and Scott all have a different observation of reality. So, you know, part of a lot of us doing the surveys and the questions aren't necessarily to confirm that it's not at all a Mandela effect. It's to confirm whether it is or is not for our individual viewers. To try, some people are trying to take stock in how many people may or may not be saying that it is, to see how dominant of a quantum effect or a Mandela effect it is. And I believe that this is a more recent phenomenon to the scale that it's now occurring at. My wife and I used to be 100% in constant sync, like all the time. And we still are over certain things. New buildings being constructed, you know, a couple lots that we drive by like literally every day, 2 or 3 times a day. We saw nothing but, you know, it was an empty lot forever, and they were building on all the sides all the way around it. Then they started to put up some signs. Then they put up fencing. So you're like, okay, yeah, you know, fencing goes up. Now the heavy equipment's got to go up because they got a trench for subterranean piping and tubing and electrical and post-tension slab, because in Arizona we use post-tension because we have expansive soil. And if you don't post-tension the slab, then the slab can crack because the soil is constantly expanding and contracting. It's almost like, think of it like micro earthquakes, but it doesn't actually cause the ground shake. It's just that the ground moves a lot. And it's because our soil is so dry, and you have rivers, you know, below the surface of the earth that run rivers and lakes and things like that. So it kind of causes, you know, the soil to weaken especially when it's dry. But anyways, you know, we drive by this thing every day, and the fence is up for weeks, and then all of a sudden the next, you know, one night it's just the fence. The next night, all of a sudden, there's these stacked stairwell shafts, concrete, with the stairs in them, like overnight. And not like one, like they constructed it at night. It's a daytime construction job site. But it is like, I don't know, 10 or 12 of these things all over the whole property, fully erected, like 3 stories or whatever the building height was, 3 or 4 stories. And for my wife and I, that was a very, very profound shift. that we both agree to. Now, I've noticed other construction things happening that are similar along that same lines. And for me, it's like a day shift. And all of a sudden, like, a whole apartment complex is damn near finished. And then my wife's like, no, they've been working on it for a while. So, you know, what is that about? Is that because you're getting the download, right? If this is a digital world, you know, and we're digital people, that she got a download and I didn't, or my download took a lot longer to come in, right? Or is is our spirit, our soul, our conscious, jumping avatars through multiple dimensions? And when she jumped into the avatar that she's in, she retained that memory from that avatar experiencing it, and I didn't. Or is our conscious multifaceted, you know, in experience, and when I jumped, my conscious jumped into the awareness in this avatar, that her conscious didn't, and that I'm just experiencing life in this realm with her consciousness in the avatar that's been experiencing this realm. I don't know. And that one's kind of a new one because it's kind of a little different to do that. A lot of times when we have relationship-wise, one person is aware and one person is not aware, they just totally assume, like, you know, it's Invasion of the Body Snatchers, like someone's totally off. But I'm hearing more and more people like Chick and SMQ and that talking about getting the download, right? And we've seen it before in the community when you talk to people that we call you know, the NPCs, and you'll talk to them about a Mandela effect, and they'll agree with you, you know, or you ask them a question, and they'll be like totally on track with how the Queen song ends, or how many times NASA's been to the moon, or any number of things. And then all of a sudden, when you tell them the truth of reality, you'll see their eyes kind of flutter, like they're getting a mental download, like a computer, like refreshing, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh yeah, no, you know, now I remember, yeah, there's been 7 trips to the moon by NASA. Oh yeah, no, yeah, the Queen song, it just ends that way. They just did it at one concert. It's like so weird to experience that. Now, and I've never, with me and my wife, I've never actually seen her do that, and she's never seen me do that. But we have both experienced this. One of us remembers something happening when the other one, it's like a Mandela effect. That construction thing, even though that's happened to me a lot, and she remembers seeing the building going up and everything else, and they've been working on it for a long time, and for me it's like an overnight shift. The same things happen the opposite way, where I've seen stuff happening or seen a thing always being there, and for her it's an overnight thing. And it kind of trips both of us out when that happens, because you instantly go to, you know, that worst thought in your head of, oh my God, you're not my spouse. Oh my God, you're not the person I fell in love with. She feels that way more than I do. I've joked with her about it before, but I don't joke with it anymore because she got kind of upset that I was, you know, accusing that or implying that. And I said, well, okay, we don't know what it is, right? Maybe it's just I got a download before you did, right? You got all of a sudden the thing's been blocked from you, or maybe you just couldn't see it. You know, again, maybe you know, thinking of it from a digital perspective, maybe the resonating frequency at which something is being constructed is seen by everyone, and some of us it's not seen by, and then all of a sudden the frequency changes harmonics or has been compacted with enough enough other frequencies, via different trade work or things like that, that now all of a sudden it becomes aware. And it's like, bam, it comes out of nowhere, like straight out of left field. Whoa, where the hell did that thing come from? So I don't really know. It could be any of those things. It's really awkward and weird sensation to experience, and it's very, very confusing, and with all this push and propagation by the government for the alien agenda and the constant reinforcement by NASA that they travel outside of space, the whole push back against the flat earth community right now, and all this stuff going on with YouTube and with everything else, it's like it's a system-wide emergency broadcast system, right? It's like we, the aware, triggered an early warning detector, and now the system is trying to reset itself. So I think it may be intentionally causing these dynamics between us. It may not be a different wife, a different Ruth Ann, my wife, and a different Scott, me, that are experiencing things. I think it could just still be us and our consciousness, and it's just whatever is happening to reality around us, that it is purposefully trying to manipulate us on an individual scale now to, and here's the trigger point, right? To cause us to second guess ourselves on the reality alteration. Now, regardless of what the alteration is, again, regardless of whether we're in a digital world, which is like a sim, or we're jumping realities, or our reality is being altered, or when I say our reality, that means our history and everything else. Regardless of which of those three it really is, or a fourth one, that we're all dead and in purgatory, and this is what purgatory has always been, that we were told about as kids. Whichever one of these situations it is, or we're up in an alien ship, which would be like a sim, because there's probably three, maybe four main categories, right? We're dead and experiencing afterlife, which is a simulation in and of itself, but we're living in a simulated reality, digital, psychological, whatever. And that covers all sorts of different things. We're trapped in an alien pod. We're trapped in the Matrix, like the movie. We're all from the future, and we're in a machine. Any number of things. Our reality is being altered, which would have to do with our history gets changed, our future gets changed, or, well, it has to be our history would be changed because of things like the Black Tom event, where Statue of Liberty is shut down and damaged, and all the ships are sunk down in the water off the shoreline and things like that. Hitler and all those things that are textbooks that you're like, oh, well, textbooks could be altered, this could be altered, the Bible could be altered. But certain historical things like landmark masses are different. You also have, in line with our reality changing, and we'll go into the fourth one. The fourth one would be we're jumping realities. Jumping realities, all the changes, building changes, people changes, smoke detectors now going off because of steam, all these different things, objects disappearing, reappearing. The things that are happening to us can be quantified by any of those four things in all truth. It's just so widespread, and it's so varied, and it's so odd. Land masses, the people like Chick who follow landmass, Earth land masses and stuff like that. It's just obscene that happens and nobody sees it. Planes stopping in just mid-air, constantly. That's happening all the time. It's been happening all the time. Things like that kind of bleed more towards, it's a not necessarily a simulated reality, but it's, you know, not a physical reality. I don't know. It's taken me a while to do a video just because of this kind of stuff that's just been going on, and it's like so much and it's so widespread, and it's, you know, it's been making me question myself lately. That yeah, thinking back to like we talked about before, right? You know, thinking of just the United States history and all the mental institutions and that they had, you know, 100 years ago or so, because people were crazy, and it's like we're the crazies, you know, and it's like the system reinforces the crazy when it knows that it's being detected. So I don't know. Anyways, let me know in the comments section below what you guys think about all of this. Let me know what you think it is. Are we living in a simulated reality? Are we living in purgatory and this is the afterlife? Or heaven or hell, I mean, in the afterlife? Are we just living in a world where our history and our reality is being manipulated and altered, whether that be human, alien, or demonic, or heaven, you know, heaven-based? Or are we jumping through dimensions, through realities? Let me know what you think. And you can even expand on that and let me know why you think it is. As always, soon, my channel's still live right now, and I haven't gotten dinged on any of my videos because none of my videos are child-friendly, YouTube. Even though there's an end of the video disclaimer. My email address is attached on the page. It is a.theory.of.nothing@gmail.com. And no, I'm not in some way physically different and Mandela affected, in case anyone is going to make a statement about that. I constantly change my hairstyle, my facial style. It's like I'm one of those people that I don't keep consistent with things. I constantly am changing my look up, and I've always been that way. So anyhow, let me know in the comment section below about the steam in the shower and your smoke detectors, or steam from anything in smoke detectors. Let me know about your thoughts about jumping reality. Let me know your thoughts about if you're experiencing the reality splitting between you and someone you're close to. And if you're starting to see gaps where you guys may have been perfectly synced before, but now it's, you know, there's some slight gaps. You're still mostly synced, but there's some little gaps into there on certain subject matters, like buildings popping up or disappearing, or things like that maybe you pick up and they don't, or they pick up and you don't. And email me, reach out, start a dialect. There's several people that I've made contact with since I've started doing this, that we get to the point of exchanging phone numbers and having phone conversations or texting back and forth. We're doing live shows together, like I do with Photo, different things like that. So it's getting near Christmas time. I believe today is the 17th of December, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm not even going to go back and rewatch this video because I've been doing that a lot over the last few months, and that's why I ain't posted anything. So this one is the way it is. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, subscribe, share if you're not already. Let other people know about my channel. And until the next one, I'm Scott. This is A Theory of Nothing. Thank you for watching.